Danny Savage. Millions of pounds could be pumped into Burton's economy, while hundreds of jobs are hoped to result from a new vision into the future of the National Football Centre. Bosses at St George's Park have outlined details of their master plan as part of a bid to harness the success of the £105 million site which opened less than 2 years ago. Peter West is St George's Park's project manager. He's been explaining more about what they'd like to do.
Well, the vision really is to enhance the current site here at St George's Park. So we want to effectively deal with a number of sort of operational issues in the short term so that we can improve the offer here. And obviously then there's supplemented with that longer term, more strategic development.
Well, I've been talking to Juan Martinez, who's a lecturer at the University of Derby in Economics and International Finance, about the effect this will have on Burton.
In the short term, well, according to the planners, well, they comment that there are going to be about 300 direct jobs and 80 indirect jobs, and there's going to be, a spur in economic activity. However, I don't know. Well, they comment that as well. They're going to check with the residents to see, whether or not we are going to have a negative effect from it. But I would be more interested in the long-term benefits from it.
What do you think?
I welcome this news. In general terms, I think that this sport business campus will make St. George's Park to become a cluster of sport industry. So there's a big potential in there. So at the moment we have National Football Centre, which can be added with other sports such as golf, rugby, cricket, equestrianism, tennis. And that's quite important because the sport industry, it's one of the most dynamic and vibrant industries in the world.
Nobody actually commits themselves to developing something like this without having done their research. There must be a feeling that this will work.
For me, it's appealing that that's the potential that these clusters of sport industry, which the sport business campus will become. The industry, it's quite important because in the world, we're talking about 85 billion pounds. And this is a dynamic and vibrant industry because the compound percentage growth of this industry, it's about 3.7, which is above the UK economic growth, which is 2.9.
Sounds like it's really good for Burton. Would it have any spin-off effects and be beneficial to the likes of Derby and other surrounding areas?
Well, that's what is expected. If we're talking about that, we in the surrounding areas, we have different universities that provide with knowledge in terms of sport studies. And also, this center becomes a magnet to sport businesses. And that will increase and spur economic growth.
Do you think Burton is big enough to cope with the plans as big as this? I mean, we were talking about an elite golf academy, a sport business campus, an extension of the on-site Hilton Hotel and the car park, and a new 150-bed hostel for youth teams on the site. Is Burton capable of accommodating that kind of scale?
Well, to be honest, I don't know if that is the case, but that's something that the residents will come back, when they're consulted.
If they are negative about it, could it have a detrimental effect? May the project not go ahead if the residents don't buy into this?
Well, that might be the case because, the resident has a big, there are stakeholders in here. But I think it depends on how the planners are selling the project because in the long term, the residents may be the benefits. Why? Because we're going to have an attraction of more businesses, so the economic activity can spur, and the residents will be benefit from this. But if they see only in the short term and they see only the negative effects, well, this may not happen.
That's Juan Martinez, a lecturer at the University of Derby in Economics and International Finance, talking there about the effects this new plan for St George's may have on the town of Burton.